Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot and a member of PMDG's testing team. PMDG have finally announced the release date of the first of the 777 series, the 300ER, and it is going to release from the 25th of June to the 30th of June 2024. Now, I'm emphasizing that time span over here because I already see the first news websites reporting it's going to release on the 25th of June. Now, be aware that in the original announcement, in bold letters, they posted 25th of June with provisional backup days extending out to the 30th of June. So please be aware of that. Now, Robert has given us a whole bunch of pictures that I have tried to put all on the screen at the same time here. It's too many of them to show them all at the same time, but we are going to talk about a couple of them in a few moments, and we will also have a look into what Robert has posted. As always, the link to the original announcement is going to be in the video description below. Over there you can also see those pictures in the original full-size resolution, which I can really recommend you to have a look at to get the idea of all the details that the PMDG 777 is going to bring to you. Now, let's go ahead and have a look at a couple of the pictures and the information that Robert has shared. So starting with what we see on screen right now, it's a beautiful picture of the 777 taking off, but also have a look at the wing flaps that you can see over there, as we are currently really in one of those high lift situations. You can also nicely see the three pair of wheels boogie of the 777 over here, which extends backwards as the airplane is rising into the air. What's also really interesting to see on this picture is right at the back of the airplane, below the vertical stabilizer, you can see the tail skid of the airplane in action. So this is a device that slightly extends outwards as the aircraft is on final approach and on takeoff, that basically shows the first signs of the tail strike, because that is where the airplane would hit the runway. You can nicely see how it is shaped, like the airframe exactly goes parallel to the runway at the end over there. So that tail skid is the point that would make the first contact with the runway in any normal flight conditions. Now, really worth talking about here as well is the flight deck, and the flight deck of the PMDG 777, in my opinion, is the most beautiful that I've seen in Microsoft Flight Simulator yet, and the cabin is also a really nice one, as we can see on this picture right over here in the top right corner. They've done an awesome job with the interior lighting, which is really special and complicated on the 777, but we are going to have a look at that in a dedicated video as soon as the NDA is falling. Now, going right back to the information on the 777, then let's go ahead and have a look into the original announcement to get what Robert's view is on the 777. And I'm quoting out of the original forum over here, so as some of you asked about the usage of the term we, then obviously I am a member of the test team, but I'm not on PMDG's payroll, so just to emphasize that one more time. Alright, so, quote, "The PMDG 777-300ER is the launch simulation of our new 777 product line for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The product line will eventually grow to include the 777 Freighter, 200ER and 200LR airplanes, each as its own unique product, allowing 777 fans to purchase only those pieces of the fleet that are interesting to them. We fully expect the PMDG 777 to exceed the expectations of the dyed-in-the-wool simulation aficionados and casual simmers alike, with strong visual splendor mixed in with the highest level of technical simulation available for Microsoft Flight Simulator. When we launched development of this product line, we sought to incorporate as much feedback from our DC-6 and 737 customers as possible in order to ensure the 777 becomes your go-to airplane time and again. The product comes with a fully detailed cockpit that was created using many modern tools, including LiDAR scanning and photogrammetry techniques, to ensure the visual and contextual accuracy of the flight deck environment. Switches, buttons, levers and sounds were all carefully crafted to ensure a magnificent flying experience, whether you are using a mouse on a gaming display or wearing your favorite VR headset. The system simulation of our 777 is second to none, with all major and minor systems simulated to a fanatical level of detail that passes the scrutiny even of experienced pilots, engineers and maintainers. Packed into the product, we've also included a hugely upgraded PMDG Universal Flight Tablet with many new features included specifically to support this major title release. The 777 is fully SimBrief enabled and is using a modern SQL-based nav data format with data provided by our friends at Navigraph, something we have been missing for some time now, and we are happy to finally have it included in this product. Our 777 has received an updated lateral path model that allows her to accurately interpret, draw and fly all lateral path segments defined in the navigation database, provided they're achievable by the real-world counterpart of our simulation. If you are a detailed-oriented sim pilot who likes to learn and understand the nuts and bolts of the airplane you are flying, the PMDG 777 will satisfy your passions with all systems modeled down to the component level and real-time computation of temperatures, pressures, fluid flow rates, densities, volts, amps and ohms included in the core of the simulation technology. The accurately modeled tire wear simulation based upon the actual manufacturer's wear specifications will cause your aircraft tires to wear depending upon the type of flying and braking that your tires experience regularly. Long taxi distances can be just as hard on tire life as heavy braking, for example, and all of this is included. The Boeing electronic checklist is included, along with all of the certified normal and abnormal procedures for the airplane. This will help you troubleshoot any pesky mechanical failures you may experience in operation of the airplane, and will certainly keep you operating the airplane correctly. With the 777 being a long hauler, significant attention to detail has been provided towards a fully customized engine and fuel consumption model. Leverage the core of the simulation platform's atmospheric engine, we have built an airplane that accurately reflects the performance and astounding range capabilities of this magnificent airliner. When running both short and long-range fuel scoring tests against both SimBrief and real-world operational flight plans, the PMDG 777-300ER routinely landed within 0.3% of planned fuel burn, which is well within the margin of error even for real-world operators. Speaking of long haulers, we have integrated data link via Hoppy Network, and those who are familiar and wish to use it, and the data link can be used outside of Hoppy to bring some useful in-flight data to the flight deck, as well as importing your operational flight plan from SimBrief. Comprehensive customization options, something unique and powerfully part of the PMDG product lines for many years, are present in force in this release, along with a detailed and feature-rich failure model that would challenge the skills of any pilot to real-world scenarios and the sort of normal maintenance wear and tear that you'd expect to find with in-service 777s the world over. For the first time, we have also included this simulation a full detailed passenger cabin that can be reached by opening the cockpit door and walking through. The cabin is configured with 4 distinct seating zones, seatback displays, integrated cabin lighting that is tied to a modified simulation of the Boeing sky interior to adapt the lighting to follow any day or night cycle changes, schedule lighting changes to reflect all phases of flight from boarding to taxi and departure, meal services, galley cleanup periods, sleep and wake cycles, etc. Door arming indications and passenger signs are fully integrated as well, with all cabin features being correctly and accurately assigned to their real-world power source and controls. The exterior model of the airplane is magnificent, with many subtle details including exterior work lighting, gear bay unsafe warning lights and the usual bevy of aircraft exterior illumination. The sound model provides a full-featured audio experience for the user, changing to reflect the sound environment as you move about the exterior of the airplane or from the cockpit to the cabin and back again. There are many other new features still to come as we continue development through the rest of the 777 fleet, and they will be made available to you as free updates to keep your PMDG 777 running fresh well into the future. Over the coming week, we are going to be highlighting some features and areas of the airplane that we think you will find interesting, and you can expect to begin seeing some airplane in video with many of your favorite streamers in just a few days. Some answers to common questions. Pricing is still to be determined prior to release. Marketplace availability, a few weeks after PMDG.com release. That delay allows us to rapidly iterate any fixes that may be necessary in the immediate post-release period. Updates through Marketplace can often take several weeks, so we want to release on Marketplace when we know it is stable and ready. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 compatibility. Based upon publicly available statements from Microsoft, this is not a concern. We have not seen MSFS 2024 yet, so we are basing this feedback upon Microsoft's communication that products are compatible between platforms. Paint Kit will be available at release. Software Development Kit will be available at release. Quote end. So, this is pretty much the PMDG 777-300ER for you with the latest information. Now, I really recommend to go over to the PMDG forum, have a look at all the pictures that have been posted. Again, the link is included in the video description below, so do go ahead and have a look over there. It's really a beautiful airplane, and if you just take a look at those screenshots in full detail, it really shows you how beautiful that airplane is. Finally, I can't wait to show it to you in action as soon as the non-disclosure agreement is going to fall, which is going to be in a couple of days' time. Stand by until then. I'm really looking forward to see you guys and your reactions on the 777, as it's really been a long testing cycle that I really got to appreciate in terms of the feedback of the developers. Pretty much anything that I've been reported has been worked on. Couple exceptions, of course, since sometimes I can include a little too many requests, let's put it like that. Like, you don't need a third transponder option if you have two already, right? But nonetheless, I am really thrilled to show you the airplane in a couple days' time. Until then, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you like about this preview and what you are the most eager for in this simulation. And with all of that, I see you all again on the next one.